There is a question children are almost never asked. Not the simple ones. What is your favorite subject? What do you want to be when you grow up? Those come up all the time. The deeper ones do not. Imagine actually asking the child directly, how do you feel? What bothers you? What feels too hard right now? What feels pointless? What do you wish an adult would actually notice? How do you feel about the way you are being taught? What would you change if you had the power to do it? And in a rare case those questions are asked, the answer goes nowhere. The child speaks, the adult hears. The next day looks exactly the same, the exact same classroom, same schedule, same curriculum. The child learns something quieter than the lesson and far more damaging, that speaking up changes nothing, that the answer did not matter. Adults choose the curriculum. Adults pick the app. Adults set the schedule. Adults decide what a good day looks like. The child carries the result. And the child was never meant to be the one making the decisions in the first place. So it should not be a surprise that those same children, as adults, struggle with decision making. They were never taught to make one, fail at it, and try again. Adding a new AI educational tool to that does not change it. A new app whose foundation is still knowledge delivery is still the same approach. The technology is changing. The purpose is not. A smart lesson is still the same academic lesson. An AI teacher is still the same teacher. The dynamic stays the same. One speaks, the other follows. And the deeper question sits underneath all of it. How can a product be designed for a child when the child is never asked, never consulted, never even considered as the actual user, the actual client, the one who will use it and experience the outcomes? That is why these products keep failing. The numbers say the same thing. 70% of children are facing chronic emotional issues. 2.3 million students are failing every year. Anxiety is up, confidence is down, decision making, communication, and basic life skills are missing. After years of new edtech products, new investments, and AI breakthroughs, the actual child has not been reached. A new platform has to start from a different question. Not how this AI app deliver more of the same knowledge, but what does the specific child want and need at this exact moment to grow into a successful adult? And what kind of environment can actually support the child's developmental needs at the exact moment those needs arrive? Those are questions the current approach was never built to ask. And they are also questions the market quietly punishes. Underneath all of it sits a gap between what children actually need to develop and what the adults around them are expecting and projecting onto them. The two are not the same picture, often not even the same conversation. A child needs interest, autonomy, time, and a real goal. The adults often are looking for a good grade, a quiet classroom, a tidy report card, a child who does not make trouble. The educational products built into that gap end up serving the adults. They're designed to deliver academic knowledge faster, to track and manage behavior, to produce the kind of data the current approach rewards. They work with the child from the outside. They almost never meet the child's own intrinsic need to develop at the exact developmental stage that child is in, at the exact moment something actually matters to them. The few developmental products that do start from the child keep being created, built by teachers, by therapists, by people who actually understand what a child needs. AI tools that help a child regulate emotion, apps that build self awareness, programs that develop social skills. And then they disappear, not because they fail, because no one knows how to implement them into the old framework, a framework built around helping teachers to deliver material, not around meeting children where they are. An app that helps a child handle a hard moment produces a calmer, more aware child, an outcome that does not show up on a report card. It cannot be measured by a test score. The old assessment structure cannot measure it, so a classroom cannot justify keeping it, and the company cannot keep paying for it. The tool gets abandoned. Imagine a child who spent 6 months finally learning how to calm themselves through that one app. Then one day, app disappears. Not because it stopped helping, because the business model stopped working. And it is not an isolated case. Products built for development often struggle because the market rewards measurable academic outcomes. Anything else gets quietly pushed out. These are not failures of technology. They are what happens when the goal is profit, when the metric is users, and the users are children. When the assessment structure can only see test scores instead of children it is supposed to serve. And it is not something a single teacher can fix from the inside either. Even the best teacher cannot personalize emotional growth, physical development, self analysis, and academics for 20 children at once. The problem is not that good methods do not exist. The problem is that the old framework was never built to hold them. So the question becomes simple: can we scale it inside the old framework? Because if development depends on one exceptional teacher, it stays a rare opportunity. If it depends on expensive private schools, the majority of children never receive that education. If it depends on parents having unlimited time, it breaks immediately. If it depends on 10 various disconnected apps, not all families can afford that. So, could schools do parts of it? Yes. Could parents do parts of it? Yes. Could apps do parts of it? Yes. But nobody holds the whole picture. So the new platform begins somewhere else, not as an app sitting on top of the old model, not as a better set of learning materials either, but as a completely new framework built to support the whole of child's development, physical, emotional, and academic, all together at the exact moment that child needs them. And there's another part that takes a long time to arrive at. Books, workbooks, lessons, however well written, are not a method. Those are learning materials, objects a child gets handed. A method is a process a child can actually follow, name steps in a sequence that a child can see, practice, and own. The framework holds a sequence of real self development methods, each with real steps a child can follow. Self care first, then self analysis, then personality, with traits like patience, confidence, empathy, resilience, self work, curiosity, and discipline, then teamwork and communication, then planning and time management, and critical thinking weaving through all of it. Each one is a layer of development, and each one is a conversation of its own. When the self development framework is in place, everyone's situation changes. The child's AI assistant takes the tedious work away from parents and teachers. To name a few quick examples, it re explains the same lessons as many times as child needs, without grades, without judgment. It notices when a child's emotional state shifts. It helps the child understand their own feelings, name them, and find a solution at the exact moment it is needed. It tracks each child's holistic development, and it is there for the child 24 hours a day. And the child wakes up wanting to learn because the child knows that no matter what, the answer will be there. Picture an ordinary evening. A parent asks, "How did you do in school today?" And the child says, "I notice I get frustrated when I rush. Tomorrow I want to try differently." That is what the platform is building toward. Not a dashboard, not an AI, a child who knows themselves and has the language to talk about it. This kind of developmental framework cannot be built on top of the old structure. It cannot be added as a feature inside an academic delivery app. The old assessment cannot measure it. The old market cannot fund it. The old framework cannot hold it. That is why a new platform is needed, a new approach built from the foundation up. This already works in Montessori classroom, in project-based learning, in therapeutic environments, in private education. The question is not whether it works. The question is why it is not available to every child. Maria Montessori showed it over 100 years ago. Anton Makarenko showed it too, by giving young delinquents real purpose, real work, and real responsibility. He turned children that society had already given up on into smart, independent adults. And Google showed it again in modern classrooms. The same 20% time policy that gave Google engineers a fee for their week to chase their own interest was so effective it was copied into classrooms as Genius Hour. Children pick a topic, follow it, and still hit every state standard. And what comes out of it is not what worksheets produce. A fourth grader producing a movie, a 10th grader designing a building that can survive an earthquake. The proof has been there for years. It was, just never made the foundation. The reason every child does not already have access to this kind of development is simple. It has always required a private teacher, a private tutor, A Montessori classroom costing up to $30,000 a year. A luxury. AI changes that. A child centered method built around wheel steps and wheel practice can finally be available to every child. So, the new self development platform is not another AI tutor. A platform is infrastructure. Self development methods live inside it. Children move through the methods, adults guide the process. And this platform holds a sequence of real methods brought together for the first time, establishing self care, building self analysis, strengthening personality, practicing teamwork and communication, teaching planning, training critical thinking, each one with the real steps a child can understand and follow, introduced at the moment that child actually needs them, woven into what already interests that child. A framework that gives parents their time back, gives teachers their work back, and gives children a real childhood and a real successful adulthood. So, this is an open invitation to anyone who has watched the current approach fail a child and wanted to do something about it. Teachers, parents, therapists, software engineers, investors who care more about what a product does for a child's well being than what it can be sold for. Anyone who sees what is missing, let's unite. Let's build a developmental foundation. Let's build a platform that exists to support children, not to extract profit from parents. That is what self development systems is going to be, a platform built for children, built around what children actually need to develop themselves, step by step for every child, affordable for every family. The right answers only arrive when we ask the right questions. And the most important questions are about the child, not the data, not the curriculum, the child. What interests the child? Whether the child has a real say in how they are being taught? What kind of learning environment would actually support all of the child's developmental needs? If this matters to you, if you feel that something is off about how children are being taught, help it reach the parents and teachers. Follow the channel, leave a comment, share the video. Every voice counts. If not us, if not now, then who will do what had to be done a long time ago? Less pressure, more self development. Thank you and see you soon.